off-putting when a man goes on a date with one of them real confident girls. It's off-putting, and I'll tell you why it's off-putting. It's not.
Do you have any female friends?
I ain't got none.
Okay.
And always has to be romantic. He has to buy the flowers. He has to plan the date out.
So if you text every man in your phone right now and you say you want to smash tonight, what's your success rate on that?
100%.
Nigga, what?
It used to be a time that fairy tales were true.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But can you do me a favor? Hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, I got 4 videos for you tonight. The first video is going to be a guy explaining why he do not have any female friends. And this is a video I want you guys to pay attention to because it's going to show the dynamics of how a man thinks. Next video we have is going to be Andrew Tate. Again, is going to be breaking down the biggest turnoff whenever it comes to men and confident women. And this is one that I want the women to watch so you understand how a man perceives you. Next, we have a woman that's saying why women get romance more than a man. And the man is saying that, hey, maybe women should do a little bit romancing towards the guy. And she will be breaking down why women get romance and the men don't. Then we have my guy Poor Man's Podcast. And during his interview, this is an interview that he had that was broken up into sections. But in this part of the interview, he is going to be explaining why women have more options than men and why it matters. But first, we're going to get to the first video where a guy is explaining why he does not have any female friends. And before we can get started, hit that like button right now and subscribe and share the video.
Do you have any female friends?
I ain't got none.
Okay. If you did have female friends, would your wife be?
I know females like that I can invite to the crib and all that, but as far as us being friends like that, nah, like I know you on the pass by, you cool, introduce you to my wife, hey, you know, I've been knowing this person, this and this, they want to come through for crawfish or something or whatever. And if she say, yeah, it's cool. If she say no, you just can't come through.
Okay.
That's how it works.
So do you think there's a double standard there?
No, women should be thinking that too. Like your man friends with a female, you should be thinking that female will come off that ass. You should be thinking that. And that's why y'all get cheated on. Because y'all be optimists. She just cool and then bam.
I hear what you're saying.
She pregnant.
Do you have any?
And he's absolutely right. See, women be trying to take that theory and switch it into something. But he's right. If he has a female friend and he's in a committed relationship, he should be worried about the woman that he's with too. And his woman should be worried about the women that he's with. Because if his wife goes out and she has a male friend, the guy's going to be wondering, like, what type of male friend is this? Like, what is he really there for? So a woman should be thinking in the same respect. When both couples have respect for each other, you're not looking for anyone to be inconvenienced at all. Modern day women feel like it's their belief system, and whatever their belief system says, then that's how things goes, when they're not realizing that when you want 50-50, men have always been looking at it from a 50-50 logical standpoint, even when you're trying to enforce empowerment. Next video, we got my man Andrew Tate. He's going to be explaining why confident women are a turnoff to modern day men. Let's get to it.
Familiar. Another thing that is ultra off-putting, and girls don't realize this, it's extremely off-putting when a man goes on a date with one of them real confident girls. It's off-putting, and I'll tell you why it's off-putting. It's not because I'm insecure. It's because I've just picked you up. You don't know me. I'm a 6'3" kickboxing world champion. I could be a psycho. You don't know me. You're sitting next to me. You're confident as fuck. How many times has big dudes picked your ass up? This should be unfamiliar. You should be a bit nervous. Like, who the fuck's this guy? But you're all like, oh, hi, yeah, that. I'm like, well, you're all right. Another Wednesday, yeah? You could come and sit in my car and just be confident, know some girl in the restaurant, and then sit down and think the date went fine. And by the time the end of it, I'm like,
the small things.
Another thing that is ultra off.
Right, and he's absolutely right. When it comes to confident women, they feel like they can go around men and act any way they want to, and thinking that every man is going to respond the same. And it's not like that. That's why I tell you, a lot of women get used to being around beta males that they know cannot control their desires. Once women become addicted to men who cannot control their desires, they will start to think that all men are the same and their reactions are going to be different. As a man gets on his purpose and he gains success, he's going to start to view women differently because he's going to become more conservative to what he's built. What do I mean? You're not going to want to be with an argumentative woman that could throw your energy off to keep you from focusing on your money. You're going to want a more submissive woman who can actually maintain who she is and not cause any drama in the relationship, so you're able to stay focused. That's why girls who are confident, when you go around guys, it doesn't show that you're a bad chick. It just shows that you're used to being around beta males that let you do what you want. Next video, we got a guy saying, how come men are not being romanced?
First, he has to plan. The man always has to be romantic. He has to buy the flowers. He has to plan the date out. He has to do all these extravagant things just for him to get a piece of ass.
Well, some women need that mental stimulation. Some women feel like they need to be romanced to get it going. You know what I mean?
So when do men get romance? Like, stay wet. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but if you as a man are not like keeping your woman, like, you know, there's something about your essence that's not keeping her.
I disagree because you will have men, because men will say it all the time online. Like, you'll have men that try. Women, you'll say that, you know, you want to be mentally stimulated, you want to be taken out. He'll do everything that you ask, and it may be good for 2-3 weeks, and it goes back to what it was. So it's like, that's why he steps out, because I've tried. I've done everything I possibly can do, and it's still, the results end up the same. The man always has.
See, what happens is in the relationships where you always have one trying to satisfy the other, at the end of the day, those two people got together because they both were lonely people. See, you have a lot of people that are in relationships because they're just afraid of being alone. They can't handle being by themselves. So when they come across a woman who feels the same way, whether they have chemistry or not, they would be in a relationship just to say they're with somebody or feel like they're with somebody. And in this relationship, you're going to see situations where the guys are doing a lot of romantic things and nothing's still happening for them. And they're in a relationship with a woman that they feel like they're not good enough. She keeps saying they're not good enough, but at the same time, she's not breaking away from the relationship. Why? Because both fear being alone, and that's where their attraction's at, even when there's no chemistry. You have to realize people would rather be with somebody they don't love than to actually be by themselves. That's why romance don't work back towards men. It's because a woman only wants you to be romantic when she genuinely doesn't like you and she wants you to try to get it going. This is why they're not romantic back. Even when it comes to the guy that they like, they're not romantic towards him. They just throw it at him because they're trying to trap him in. Next video, we got my man Poor Man's Podcast is going to be breaking down why women have more options than men.
Than women.
Way more.
So if you text every man in your phone right now and you say you want to smash tonight, what's your success rate on that?
100%.
Okay, now ask me the same question.
That's different, though.
It depends on how you...
I'm going to be honest with y'all, bro. When it comes to like relationships, I truly hate when overweight, fat women act like they have the same privilege as a pretty girl and trying to talk like they're really one of these pretty girls out here. They're the ones that are really delusional whenever it comes to beta male simps. Beta male simps have done more harm to BBWs than anything.
You look, that's what I would answer to, and if you ask for my response on that. So what I'm basically trying to say is women have the sexual selection, so you get to choose who you want to be involved with.
Men are easy. That's the only reason why I can say 100%. Like, the thing is, I feel like women are not as easy to get with than as men are. And it is what it is. Like, men can be in an entire relationship and you can tell them, hey, I want to fuck you tonight. And they will jump on that. And they will forget what they have at home, but I feel like women think a little bit more into that before they make that decision.
I disagree. I think that women could get thrown off more whenever she's infatuated with a guy than a guy can with a woman, because you have more guys that are loyal, especially good men. Good men are more loyal to women. So when they get in a relationship with a woman, it's more serious. In my opinion, just being a guy that's always dealt with women and been single, I feel like women cheat more because it's more exciting. What am I saying? What I'm saying is you have more boring guys that are actually in relationships with desperate women. That's what majority of the relationships are. It's boring guys in relationships with desperate women. And when these desperate women come across guys that are a little bit exciting, they cannot control themselves. But a lot of boring guys, even when they come across good-looking women, they know how to control themselves from cheating. Most men that are in relationships, their biggest fear is cheating. So women need to understand that on the cheating side, I actually feel that women cheat more because they put up with more men that they don't like. And when they do get around the guys that they don't like, they cannot control themselves. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the videos. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels, and share this video with people who like this content. Hasta la vista.